So we are now going to do 2.4. We're on multiplying integers. Now remember, an integer is just a set of numbers which include all negatives, 0, and all the positives. So all we have to remember is just a set of numbers. They're negative numbers, it's 0, and it's positive numbers. So this will be a lot easier, hopefully, for some of you than adding or subtracting integers. Factors are numbers or expressions that are multiplied together. Multiplied together, that their result is called a product. And we do know that any answer to a multiplication problem, the answer is a product. So it's the same thing for factors or expressions that are multiplied together. That result is also a product. If we look over here in key concepts, I want to just point out the product of two integers with different signs is negative. Now, what do they mean by different signs? They mean one positive integer and one negative integer. Their product or their result is going to be negative. Now, the product of two integers with the same sign is going to be positive. So same sign meaning they're both negative or they're both positive. So a negative times negative or a positive times a positive. Now this could be up here when the result is negative, when this result is negative, it could either be a positive times a negative or a negative times a positive. So let's look here. Our first example says find each product. -6 times -5. Well, we know that when the result, or when the product of two integers has the same sign, and in this case they're both negative, our result is going to be positive. So here we're going to write a positive 30, and we get that by multiplying 6 and 5. The signs are the same, so we're going to write the same. The product is positive. Positive. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, -7 times +4. So multiply 7 and 4. Notice how this one is negative and this one is positive, so their signs are different. We're going to get a -28. How do we get 28? We just multiply 7 and 4. The signs are different, so in here we say different. So the product is negative. So pretty straightforward. If the signs are the same, product is positive. If the signs are different, product is negative. Next one, 9 times 7. 9 times 7 we know is 63. We got that by multiplying 9 and 7. The signs are the same. I keep wanting to write than. The same. So the product is positive. +4 times a -9. Multiply 4 and 9 to get 36. But since the signs are different, this one's positive, this one's negative, it's going to be a -36. The signs are different. So the product is negative. So now pause me here. Go ahead and try A, B, C, and D. See if you get the correct answers by checking with the video. Alright, so there's the answers that you should have gotten. 48, -45, 56, and -33. Notice when both signs are the same on the problem, the product here is positive. When both signs are different, the product is negative. Alright. So now we're going to multiply 3 or more numbers together. So we're going to find each product. It's the same process, only this time we're going, remember the order of operations, we move from the left to the right. So we're going to keep that left to right. So we have 5 times -3. 5 times -3, that's different signs, so it's going to give us a -15. Now we're going to multiply negative 15 by positive 4. So multiply negative 15 and 4. They also have different signs, so that's going to give us a negative 60. Negative 60. Okay, let's try 6. Now we're still using order of operations. Order of operations tells us that we have to do our exponent first, right? We have grouping symbols, which even though it looks like we have grouping symbols here, this is just separating what we're multiplying together. There's no actual grouping symbols. These are just separating our terms. So we do exponents, then we're going to multiply. Again, we're going to move from left to right. So first we're going to do the exponent here, and they give us a space for that. So simplified 2 squared, we know 2 times 2 is 4. The next thing, we move from left to right, so we do negative 2 times positive 4. Since their signs are different, we're going to get a negative 8. We got negative 8 by multiplying negative 2 and 4. Now down here, we still move from left to right. So we do negative 8 times negative 3, which is going to give us a positive 24. Why is it positive? Because their signs were the same. So we multiply negative 8 and negative 3 to give us that positive 24. Now we multiply 24 times positive 3. So multiply 24 times positive 3, and we get 72 for our final answer. So now your turn, find each product. Remember this one you're moving, well both of them you're moving from left to right, and in the second one you got to do this exponent first. Pause here and see if you get them right. Okay, so for this one you should have gotten positive 64 up here, and I show you do 4 times negative 2 equals negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. Down here you had a few steps you had to do, but the result should have been negative 504. Alright, next page. We're evaluating. Now we did a little bit of this on Thursday with that worksheet. Remember, evaluate just means that we're plugging in whatever it says x equals, we're putting in negative 5 for whatever that is. So number 7 says for x if x equals negative 5. So in here we're going to put in negative 5. It says substitute negative 5 for x. Now we're going to multiply. 4 times negative 5, well since it's different signs we know it's negative. 4 times 5 is 20. Now we have two variables that they want us to substitute. So solve negative 2xy if x equals 3 and y equals 4. So let's put in 3 here. Oh, excuse me, negative 4 and negative 4 here. So substitute 3 for x and negative 4 for y. We still move from left to right. So negative 2 times 3 first, and we get negative 6 by multiplying negative 2 and 3. Then here we get negative 6 times negative 4, and we get a positive 24 by multiplying negative 6 and negative 4. Our answer is a positive 24 because both of these are the same sign. So your turn, go ahead and evaluate 6a if a equals negative 3, and negative 5xy if x equals negative 2 and y equals 7. And that should be your answer, negative 18 for A and 70 for B. Of course, now we have some word problems. Yay! The price of a stock changed negative $3 a day. So it went down $3 every day. Every day. So how much did the price change overall after 4 days? So if it went down $3 every day, the first day it went down $3. The second way, it's now gone down $6. Third day down $9. Fourth day down $12. So it's gone down $12. What's an easier way to do this? Well, we can multiply negative 3 times 4. What do we get? We get negative 12. The price of the stock changed negative 12. And over here, what do we have? Of course, these would all be negative. This would also be on day 4, negative $12, we can say. Okay, science. The elevation of a weather balloon changes negative 5 feet each minute. So this one, it's going down. There's a weather balloon up there, and it's an awful weather balloon. It's in the sky. It's going down 5 feet in 1 minute, negative 5 feet in 1 minute. So again, after 1 minute, it went down 5 feet. After 2 minutes, it went down 10 feet. So on and so forth. Now we want to know, what is the change in elevation after 6 minutes? Well, the easy way to do that is just to multiply negative 5 and 6. If we multiply 5 and 6, we get 30. Since the signs are different, we change this to a negative, and we get the change in elevation is negative 30 feet. So, now it's your turn. You're going to do one about the stock and one about the weather balloon. They're just a little bit different, so try it on your own, check back. Okay, so this should be your answer. You should have gotten negative 12 feet in 4 minutes for B, and negative $35 in 7 days for A. So, not too shabby. Just remember, when it's a positive times a positive, it equals a positive. When it's a negative times a negative, it equals a positive. Same sign, same sign. When it's a positive times a negative, you're going to get negative. Negative times a positive, you're going to get negative. Of course, when there's more than one of these, it's going to change. If there's 3 positives and 2 negatives, your answer will change. So just keep that in mind, but in general, this is a good rule to follow. If you have any questions, please ask either one of us. Otherwise, start your assignment and hope you have a great day.